BYDFi is a crypto exchange on desktop and mobile where you can spot trade, futures trade, use leverage tokens, and copy the trades of top traders. If you sign up with the link in the description, you get a free $100 when you deposit $100. There's hundreds of crypto available on their spot exchange, as well as a free test account so you can practice futures trading without getting wrecked. BYDFi. Hello everybody, welcome back. We're going to have a look at Chainlink now, one of my favourites for the long-term hodl situation on altcoins. Relatively decent risk to reward on this one, and if you're zooming out on the tether pair, we can see a very long, relatively well established range of accumulation. So one that I constantly tell people, it's not that I ever say to do anything, but if there's certain, if you're going to play crypto, if there's certain safe bets for long-term, decent moves, or if you're looking to make some money over a couple of years, this is one of the ones. Again, not financial advice, but it's close to that. But I'm not suggesting you do anything. But I, for one, strongly believe in what I'm seeing here, which is a very long accumulation zone within a range of about $5 to about $9.50. So what we're looking at, if you're just zooming out and you see basically this death cross that took place all the way over here, we had one golden cross and we had a death cross, and now we've had a second golden cross. So the trend is so far pointing towards further upside in the short term. Long term, we're going to have to break this 940 to 950 area to really start to make a decent uptrend on this. But the longer you stay in accumulation, usually the larger, more aggressive the uptrend will be when it finally kicks into gear, looking something like this again. So we're looking for new all-time highs on this one, so above 50, which again is less than a 10x from this level. But if you've been accumulating this like I have over the last 18 months, your average entry is going to be about $6. My entry anyway, and it could easily come back down to those levels again. Absolutely no problem at all. This has been very generous in allowing us to buy as much as you can in this range, so let's not fool ourselves into thinking that we're going to move up to here and break out anytime soon. The chances are we're going to move up to here and move back down again. That's most likely the scenario. But at the moment, things do point to upside. So golden cross on exponentials and on simple moving averages on the daily, and we take ourselves over to the 4 hourly, and we are moving into a bounce from exponential moving averages and simple moving averages as well, following the golden crosses from exponentials and from simples. So the first major retest of that has really happened just over the last 48 hours or so. Pushing the center range here on the 4 hourly, so a break from here is likely to take up, take us up a notch really. Nothing major, nothing special really that we're looking at this moment in time until that level breaks, and then we should start to make ourselves back up towards 8 and above. And again, like I said, we're not looking for this to rally all the way up to the moon. We're looking for this to, at best, make its way up to 950 and then get rejection from there. So it's perfectly fine to see all of that. Take it to a weekly. A pretty sweet looking chart as well. The top of the Bollinger Band is basically the 830, so again, the mid to low $8 zone, and we're above Bollinger Band center as well, so the 20 weekly. You can't say this for a lot of altcoins at the moment. We're actually looking quite good on this one, and we're the MACD has crossed right above the 0 point now. A little tick down on the histogram, but plenty of room to move if we can, if it wants to. Then that's a decent setup in itself. But we also like to look at its Bitcoin pair, which again came down to a 20 weekly, had a big move up, came down, and it was so far holding on the 10 exponential moving average. Take it down a notch to the daily. What do we see? Anything exciting? Yes, we do actually. We see a golden cross and a retest of that as well, indicating that possibly this is going to be a decent bounce from it here. It's not always the case, but it is often the case that exponentials or sometimes simples end up getting retested after the golden cross and forming a V-shaped recovery. So we'd be looking for this to move its way up to around 3,000 sats. At the moment, the momentum's still pushing down on this one, so let's not bet our entire life savings on a short-term move from here, but there is evidence enough to think that it can actually do that and move its way back up to its previous local high, maybe even a bit higher. So V-shaped recovery on this one, on its Bitcoin pair. So outperforming Bitcoin. And there's not many of these around. You know that. I tried to put the point across here that, alt seasons, they can happen from certain areas on the dominance chart. That one is effectively void. We're waiting for Ethereum to pick up the pace. So far it hasn't. And so really, if you're going to play any kind of altcoins, they're the ones that are going to have a bullish setup, like the one we saw on BSV and potentially what we're going to get on INJ. Chainlink might actually be one of these as well, so that's why I'm making this video really, because good setups on altcoins are far and few between. You need Bitcoin's health, really, but most of these coins are not going to be able to move on their own. They need Bitcoin to maintain this level or obviously higher for them to move, and this is one of them. You know, from what we see here, this is one of them. The Bitcoin pair at a major support, offering a potential V-shaped recovery, and Chainlink's USDT pair positioned quite nicely on a 4-hourly to break a resistance and then make its way back up to 8 and possibly above. So I thought I'd bring it to your attention here. You know, I know people don't like these old coins. Everybody seems to want, you know, the super low cap, you know, millionaire starter kit coins. But from a trader's perspective, if you want to trade, if you like trading or want to learn to trade, then these are the sort of things that I look for. Because personally, I'm a trader. I am an investor, but I am a trader. Got to keep the wolf from the door somehow, and this is my bread and butter. And this is a setup that I quite like the look of. Definitely on its Bitcoin pair, and I suppose to an extent the USDT pair is better than most altcoins. It's not the greatest setup you've ever seen, but it's a setup worth taking note of. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there. We'll see how Chainlink matures throughout this week. Hopefully it will mature back up into the $8 with a max target, absolute max target of the top of that range, about 940. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.